Hey guys, welcome to Rotting Flesh Movie Reviews. I'm Billy Pop. How's it going? Today we're going to look at the last installment of the Evil Dead series, unless you count the TV show that's coming out, but I'm not, because right now this is the last installment of the trilogy. This movie says it all. Bruce Campbell is a B-movie god. Bruce Campbell is really Bruce Campbell. You really can't get much more Bruce Campbell than Bruce Campbell. And Bruce Campbell is a really Gordon Lightfoot guy. If you're not used to my stupid Canadian slang yet, you obviously haven't watched very many of my videos. Lucky you! Anyways, Army of Darkness, made in 1992, is the icing on the cake that fully fleshes out Bruce Campbell's character of Ash Williams. Sam Raimi, once again directing, should be a fancy time, full of zany camera angles. This is the first of the series I saw, and you can bet that it could be a movie all on its own. At my friend's birthday party when I was about 9 years old, we watched it twice, and we spent the rest of the night having a pillow fight pretending to be skeletons. We were strange little fuckers. We opened Ash being drugged through a desert, chained to a bunch of other prisoners. It pretty much starts off in 1300 AD, where the second movie left off. It kind of ignores the ending of the second movie a little bit, but we'll forgive him. My baby. My baby. The people who catch him are Lord Arthur's gangster crew. They think he's buddies with a guy named Duke Henry. Ash gets thrown into a pit full of deadites. I guess that's what they call the possessed people. When people get thrown into the pit, they have, for some reason, way more blood in their body, and it sprays out of them like a period queef. Ash defeats the deadites and crawls out of the pit. He then says the line that would forever change the way I say the word gun.
This is my boomstick!
He earns the respect of Lord Arthur and his crew, but not before making sure that Duke Henry the Red gets let go to, his freedom. It is apparent, I might add, that Arthur and Henry are both plagued by the evil that was plaguing Bruce Campbell in the first two movies. Their people are getting fucked around by this evil. And the two kings, for some reason, have waged war on each other because of this. I'm not really sure why, but the wise man says that Ash must go retrieve the Necronomicon in order to be sent back to his own time. He also makes a robotic hand. I dislike this a bit. The chainsaw was just way better. Ash agrees to go on the quest. However, he has to remember the phrase Klaatu Barata Niktu and recite it before removing the book from its cradle. On his journey, the evil manages to get inside Ash's body, and he ends up being this sort of asexual being that ends up splitting into two different Ashes. One being good Ash, the other being bad Ash.
I'm bad Ash, and you're good Ash. You're a goody little two-shoes.
I guess it kind of takes shape because he never got rid of the demon from the second movie that was in his body. Ash eventually kills his evil self and buries him.
Hey, what's that you got on your face? Huh?
He then goes to the graveyard where he completely fucks up the phrase he was supposed to remember, and the Army of the Dead awakens, which consists of a lot of skeletons. Evil Ash returns to lead the army, which intends to invade the land for keeps. Evil Ash even steals Ash's girlfriend and turns her into an ugly as fuck dead chick fucking. Ash at first doesn't want to fight the evil he'd just awoken, but after the dead takes his girlfriend, he for some reason completely changes his mind. Pussy. He, as a man who has only fought deadites, trains Lord Arthur's army. These are knights, for fuck's sake. I mean, you mean to tell me that they have to learn fighting skills from some guy that they just met? That confuses the shit out of me, man. They're knights. Duke Henry and his army come to help, and they kick some dead-eyed ass. Ash and his army wins the fight, and the wise men give him a potion to send him back to his own time. He must pronounce the same phrase that he messed up taking the Necronomicon from the cradle. Judging from this movie, as long as you remember Klaatu Barata Niktu, everything goes smoothly. Klaatu Barata Niktu. Nothing happened. Now, there were two different endings to this movie. The one that was released, at least in Canada, was where Ash makes it back to his own time, and the evil follows him. He is working at S-Mart again. I don't know if I ever mentioned before that he works at a place called X-Mart. One of the women there gets possessed and he boomsticks the shit out of her. And then says this amazing line.
Hail to the king, baby.
In the other ending, which I like a lot better, Ash forgets the words again and drinks the potion, but...
Oh, God! No! No! I slept too long!
The direction in this movie was once again perfect for an Evil Dead movie. Sam Raimi knows his world that he's created and knows exactly how to pull off the feeling of Evil Dead. Although far more humorous than the previous two films, it still felt like that world. This one would be classified more as a horror comedy, though. The writing was great. It felt fresh. In the first two Evil Dead movies, Ash doesn't have very many people to socialize with, because they keep getting fucking dead or possessed or, which makes this one a lot easier to show just about anybody. It has more mainstream flair than previous installations. The cinematography was really Gordon Lightfoot. The sets are great, and I even like the cheaper sets, like the graveyard. I'd have to say this one had the best acting. Pretty much everyone is good in this movie. Bruce Campbell, of course, fucking nailed it. The characters, for the most part, were better as well. They just all had more depth. However, these Deadites were my least favorite in the series. But I think that more had to do with the sound design of their voices and the fact that the makeup wasn't as interesting, I guess. The dialogue in this one was also better. It didn't sound as cheesy or as forced. This probably had to do with the fact that the people that were making this were far more experienced in filmmaking at the time. The special effects were pretty good. I think the effects in the first two movies were a little more exciting just because they were gorier films. But this one definitely had its moments. The music was top-notch though. Danny Elfman actually did the score for this one. I believe the score is called March of the Dead or something like that. It's really gory. I can recommend Army of Darkness to just about anyone. It's not my favorite in the series, but it is a worthy sequel and a great ending to the trilogy. This one is awesome because you can pretty much show it to anybody, and they will at the very least be entertained, or get a laugh or two out of it. I give Army of Darkness a very strong 6.8 out of 10. I don't want to be too nice, but I want to be nice enough with that score. Thank you for watching, you guys. I appreciate you subscribing. I appreciate the love. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't. I'm just an idiot with a camera. Go have a beer with your best buddy instead.
That Midget Production.